into another episode of Trey Designs Create. My name is Trey Hope, and today we're going to be going over a new item that I just recently made called the pen holder. A small light base container that can hold pencils, pens, rulers, anything that you can name that would fit in here. It's very fun to make, very cool to look at, so I think it'd be a perfect product for us to go ahead and discuss today. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright, so for the pen holder design, which I made in Tinkercad, it was a fairly quick process, but I'm going to go ahead and just show you kind of step by step how I came to the final design. So within Tinkercad, there's various shapes that you can kind of play around with. One of them is this twisted polygon object, and I thought this was pretty cool. I thought it kind of already resembled a pen holder in some sense, so I just wanted to play around with it a little bit. So I scaled it up to about 101 millimeters height and about 63 millimeters for the width and length to get this object right here. From there, I duplicated that object and then created a mirror image of it to get these two orange objects right here. So this is just this object right here, duplicated and then mirrored. Once I combined these two objects, I then got this yellow object right here. And as you can see, it has both of these objects, the two orange ones, as a combination. You can see how the spirals connect right here from the top to the bottom. So this is essentially the design of the pen holder, but from there, to make it a container, you have to hollow it out. So in order to do that, you create an extrusion, or as Tinkercad likes to call it, the hole, which is essentially just a duplicate version of this object right here. And I shrunk it down maybe 1 or 2 millimeters to account for the space of the walls of the pen holder. So from there, same thing as before, combine these two objects, and you get this object right here. Now this is essentially still two objects. They haven't been completely combined together. They're just within each other. But once you combine them officially, you'll get this object over here. It'll hollow it out, and this will give you the pen holder structure that we want. The only problem now is it has no support at the bottom, and the pens will just clearly fall through. So in order to fix that, we go ahead and find a cylinder-like object right here. Had about a height of 2 millimeters, and I spread it out to cover the whole diameter of the bottom, and get this final object right here. So as you can see, it has support at the bottom. The walls are about 2 millimeters thick, and this is our pen holder. So from there, we export it and bring it on over to Flash Print and give it all the settings we need to. As you can see here, it's going to take about 2 hours and 32 minutes to print, and an estimated material use of 9.16 meters. So that's essentially the process for designing it. Now let's go ahead and talk about the materials that we're going to need. Alright, so with the design process out of the way, we can go ahead and talk about two of the materials that we're going to need to make this pen holder come to life today. First, we're going to need some filament. Now, filament is basically the plastic needed to make your object. This right here is from AI Robotics. It's 1.75 millimeters in diameter, and it's got a great color, so it's going to look great once it finishes. Next, we're going to need some Kapton tape. That's K-A-P-T-O-N. Now this is needed right here to prevent the item from sticking to the bed while it prints. The last thing we want is to finish the pen holder, and then we can't remove it from the printer. So we'll make sure we apply about 6 to 7 inches of this today as well. Now we'll go ahead and discuss the setup of the printer. Alright, so here is my printer, the FlashForge Creator Pro. It's a dual extrusion printer, which basically allows for 2 different filaments to be printed at the same time. We have that gray filament we spoke about earlier, wired up through the back, being fed through the left extruder of the printer. We have the bed of the printer right here, and we apply that Kapton tape to it to prevent from sticking. And this is basically the setup that we're going with. So we're going to go ahead and just start the print. So we'll need to first find the item. We'll hit print from SD first. And the item is saved on my SD card, which is right in here. You see right there. But it can also be sent through Bluetooth, I believe, as well. But we'll print from the SD, so it's going to go find that pen holder item right here, and we'll hit OK. And now the printer's just going to get ready for the print.
Pull up in a V-switch, yeah, we're both moving hard, yeah, we been on a run non-stop.
design finally complete, we can go ahead and take a breather and bask in its greatness. Just look at it. The design is great. The detail is great. It's holding the pens like we wanted to, and it's an overall great print. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time on Trey Designs Create.